Good afternoon to you from Almost Real Media. It is June the 2nd, 2014. We spoke to you last episode about Edward Snowden and how Steve Pichesnik had predicted almost a year ago, maybe a little over a year ago now, that Snowden was in fact a CIA agent and possibly also a double agent, maybe even a triple agent at that. But you know, it begs the question now after his interview especially, what purpose does Snowden serve in all of this? And followed the trail of Steve Pichesnik's thinking. And this is pretty much, we got on this and we looked into it, and this is basically what we've got here. We sort of feel that maybe we're in agreement with Dr. Pichesnik that perhaps Snowden was nothing more than merely a trial balloon for our society. His function would basically be to let everybody know that they're being spied on, and for what end, for what purpose, so that we would self-censor. That would be the reason. It would be all about getting us to acclimate to a new way of living where no privacy is the norm. And I think we just think that we're coming into an America here that we actually have been in, because apparently much of this that's been going on behind closed doors, much of this machinery, this machination has been going on and on and on for months and years. And then that begs the question, well, why would they just now come out with this? Why would they leak it at all? Why? Well, how do you control 300 plus million people? We're talking about just America. We're not talking about the whole world, although globally they will be involved as well. How do you control that many people? Where does all this stuff come from? Where does all this thinking of you're losing your privacy and a police state, etc., come from? Well, it comes from these types of things. It comes from the very obvious and apparent militarization of your police forces here in America. Things like your DHS 2 billion round purchases, arming here recently, just as recent as within the last month, arming the United States Department of Agriculture with semi-automatic and fully automatic weapons. The Department of Agriculture? It doesn't make sense. The only logical conclusion that one could deduct from that would be an ever-increasing police state, an ever-increasing state of whereupon you're being monitored all the time. Now let's take that a little bit deeper, so we get away from so much of the movie type scenery in our heads about that. Why would we be monitored all the time? Why would one think this? Why, again, how do you control 300 million people? Well, when you had three major networks, ABC, NBC, and CBS, not such a big deal. When you had cable news networks, CNN, still not such a big deal. When you had Fox News Network, still not such a big deal. MSNBC, still, we're getting out there, but still not too bad. But now look, the internet is like anything else. It has aged, it has grown. It has given rise to hundreds of thousands, millions, tens of millions of bloggers with opinions and valid insight. It's given rise to independent podcasts, independent newscasts such as this one, that are fully researched. I mean, these people are doing good jobs. They're doing good work. They're presenting facts. Now, it's one thing to be able to control state-run media. It's another situation entirely to try to control individuals that can change locations and jump in and out of the net whenever they want to. That's the point that I'm trying to make today with this. And the internet allows us right now to do that. Their response, because they're losing control, what does one do? How does one handle it? The only response they can possibly have is to control or shut down the internet, to censor it. Self-censor your people, get your internet shut down. Who remembers 2012, 2013? It was just a couple of years ago when SOPA and all that stuff was going through, or they were trying to push that through, and we were all panicking because we didn't want to lose our liberty of the internet, our freedom on the internet. Well, that got defeated. I mean, I guess that got defeated. I mean, I know it didn't go through, but I'm saying, is that because they allowed it, or what? But at any rate, we're not living with SOPA. However, now we're talking about the United States possibly wanting to go ahead and pretty much give up control of the internet here. It made it to Forbes anyway, as of March 15th of this year. U.S. government cedes control of the internet. We're looking here at an article that came out from Emma Wollicott, and you know, I mean, it's a valid news media outlet, it's a valid news organization. She may indeed have a point. Again, who benefits and what, you know, why would you want to do this? Who benefits? Well, the only possible benefit, what, you know, it's just like when you have a crime. What is the motive and who benefits? The motive is control. The beneficiaries are your heads of state, your government, those in control and authority. You know, we've got stories going out everywhere all over the internet where police don't like to be filmed. Politicians are caught with open mics on, whether or not they're local, state, or federal. You know, even President Obama's been caught with an open mic on. You know, this stuff it's getting out of control, and it's not us, it's not we the people that's getting out of control. No, it's not us at all. It's those that are in authority, those that have an elitist mindset, those that want to control and dictate everything. They've already got the money, folks. They don't want that. They don't need that. They don't need any more of that. The only thing left for them is power and control. That's the only thing that is left. But I would urge you to look into these, to some of these articles and whatnot from Forbes. There are a lot of good ones out there. It's just the death of mainstream media, and it's scared the living hell out of them. That's it, bottom line. It's the death of mainstream media. And apparently, you know, us indies, we're here. We're trying to broadcast and upload while we can, and hopefully there'll be an internet to come back to, because the only thing really standing, well, let me rephrase it and put it like this: the only thing that's absolutely imperative to a free republic is a free, unencumbered, and unfettered press, media. That's it. That's it. So stay armed with information. Information is your only ally.